come in?
Hi, Jackie. I'm Lauren Steinheimer with
Hi,
NetSuite.
nice to meet you, Lauren.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Do you mind if I take notes today?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, great. And first, before we really begin, let me give you my business card.
Okay,
It's my personal cell and email address. So if you have any questions after the meeting, want to talk anytime, just feel free to contact me.
Awesome, thank you.
So let me start off by saying that I met your son Brock at the alumni tailgate, and he was so great to talk to. And he was just telling me a little bit about PTI, to the family business, and you guys are experiencing a huge amount of growth in the last couple of years, and because of this, you know, you are thinking about adopting a new CRM system. Is that right?
You got it, Lauren.
Wow, that's great news to hear. So before we really get into things, is there anyone else that you want to include in our conversation today?
Yeah, actually, our VP of Finance, she's out of town currently, but I definitely go over everything, all the financials and everything else with her.
Yeah, definitely. So before we begin, I just want to go over a quick agenda with you, if that's okay. I understand we have 20 minths today, is that correct?
Yeah, you're right. I really don't have a lot of time though. Like, I have meetings all the rest of the day.
Yeah,
so
I completely understand.
Okay.
Go through it and get yourself onto your next meeting. Okay, so first I just want to get to know yourself and PTI a little bit better, understand any needs you may or may not have, show you a quick demo of NetSuite I really think could be beneficial, and then we can maybe talk about any future steps that you and PTI would want to take. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Lauren, I want to ask you, you look really young. You're actually a little too young to be doing this.
I mean, I get that a lot. I do have a young face. But I do have a list of references here.
Okay.
And I've actually worked with a lot of clients similar to PTI's size and in terms of revenue. And I've been with NetSuite for 3 years. Okay. And I'm at the top 10% of my class in the past year. So I think that I could definitely help you out today.
Okay.
And so are you ready to get started?
Yeah, sure.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure thing.
Okay, perfect. So my first question for you is that I know that you're currently in 3 states right now, correct?
You got it.
And you guys are looking to expand over the next few years. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, sure. So like you said, we're currently based in Tennessee, Georgia, and South Carolina.
Okay.
And you know, we're a $168 million company. We've been growing every year. It's been crazy. It's been great.
Yeah.
So our plan right now is to continue expanding across the Southeast, and our goal is about 2 states every year, at least within the next 3 years. Yeah, that's our goal to see.
Okay.
See if we can do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm sure that would give you guys just so much more exposure to
we
the
hope
Southeast.
so. We hope so.
Yeah. So specifically, why now? Like, why now is PTI looking for a new CRM system as you guys are experiencing all this growth and wanting to expand?
Yeah, growth is one thing, and we're also looking into it because we've had a little problem with the way things are going right now. Our outside and inside sales reps are just using 2 completely different systems, and there's been a little gap in communication there. And I personally have to spend 6 to 8 hours a day, or a week, of my time, like just trying to figure out where we are as a company.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's been a little frustrating.
Yeah, so those inside and outside sales teams, they're using 2 completely different tracking systems. And I'm sure as the president, you know, and your sales force brings in so much of your revenue. You want to make sure that they're effective as possible. So can you tell me a little bit more about how that process works with the 2 different systems?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know exactly what they do. Everyone kind of seems to do something a little different. Some people take notes on a notepad. Some people do it in Excel. Some people like just email it to themselves on a Word document. It seems they all kind of just use completely different things.
Wow, so some use written platforms, some use electronic.
Yeah.
Has that created any problems for you guys?
Yeah, there's obviously not a lot of information that's available for everyone to see. The outside reps and inside reps are getting pretty frustrated with each other because of that lack of information.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's decreased morale a bit. I think it's really frustrated everyone on both sides.
So those frustrated employees, you know, decrease in morale, has that led to any implications or problems? Has it affected your clients at all?
Yeah, I'd say so. When we're face to face with a company, I feel like they can see the slight less amount of enthusiasm. I feel like they can see the frustration. And I feel like we really could be gaining more accounts where they decide to go with our competitors instead. So it's been really upsetting to see that.
So those lost opportunities that you guys have missed out on because of all this frustration, can you like quantify that for, you know, that place a value on that?
Yeah, I'd say at least within these past few months, I'd say it's been about $100,000.
Oh wow!
Already, yeah, during this year. So
wow.
Yeah, not a good number to throw out there.
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier that in addition to the inside and outside sales teams, they're you know, having to use these two different tracking systems, and that leaves you in kind of a hard place because you're having to spend 6 to 8 hours of full work day trying to figure out where your company really stands. So do you think you could be doing anything more productive with that time?
I feel like I could. There's definitely things I'd rather be doing. I've got to catch up on emails. Could be meeting with my team. There's a lot of other things I could be doing.
Yeah, definitely. So, is there anything that you would like to be doing with that time instead of really spending all that time on...
Yeah. Sorry, I should have clarified. Yeah, definitely emails. I could be having exec meetings. We could be working on our plans for growth in the next few years.
Okay.
That's what I could be doing in that time
that
I've lost so far, unfortunately.
So you're spending all this time focusing on the company when you could be spending time on, because I understand you have some clients of your own.
Yeah, sorry, I should have mentioned that. I have some clients as well, and I wish I could be spending more time with them because they're very important accounts. That's why I enjoy working with them. But I feel like I haven't been spending as much time with them as I could be.
Oh wow! So do you think that time that you're spending, you know, working on the company and trying to figure out where you guys really stand, instead of spending it cultivating those relationships you have with your clients, do you think that's affected your relationships with your clients?
I think it has. I feel like they would like if I spent more time with them. I feel like it would increase their attitudes towards the company and maybe even lead to more sales.
Okay. So definitely, if you could get that day back, how would you value that time?
I mean, if we're talking numbers of potential sales that I feel like I might be able to add on, I feel like it'd be about $50,000.
Okay. So in my previous experience, I've worked with a lot of companies that are kind of similar to PTI, and they can't keep their strong relationships with their clients because of their inability to have that client data centralized into one system. Is that a problem that PTI is facing?
Yeah, I'd say so. We definitely struggle with keeping all our information on our client, you know, what they bought, what stage we're at in the process of them. We definitely have problems keeping that all centralized and everyone can be able to see it. I mean, that's why we're looking into a new system.
So, has that really impacted the relationship that you guys have with those clients? You know, has that caused any bottom line profit to, you know, not really be there?
Yeah, I'd say so. We usually don't have issues, but I mean, we recently had an instance where one inside rep and one outside rep called the same client asking the same questions, and the client was so frustrated that they actually decided to not use this anymore. So we just lost an account, and it affected our profit greatly. I'd say about $2 million was lost, with that account, just because they're so frustrated.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that before, like I said in my previous experience. So don't feel like that's something that can't be helped.
Okay. Good to hear.
So you have all this growth projected for the upcoming years, and but now you're having all these problems with your frustrated clients, lost accounts, lost opportunities. Do you think that'll affect your overall growth in the upcoming years?
Yeah, I think you're right, Lauren. I mean, I'm concerned even if we decrease growth just by a few percentage points, it's still millions of dollars in loss. So I definitely feel like some of these problems could affect us.
Okay. So just to like kind of go over what we talked about, so it seems like the main problems PTI is having is the disconnect between the two systems. It's leading to employee frustration, client frustration, and possibly lost opportunities. And then also we talked about how you're spending so much of your time, your valuable time, trying to figure out where your company stands. It's impacted your personal relationship with your clients. And then finally, your client data is not centralized. So that's possibly led you to lose major accounts.
Yeah, you got it.
So I definitely think NetSuite could be a great opportunity for you guys. I actually have a demo here with me today. Do you mind if I come over to your side of the table?
Come over.
Okay. I'm just going to set this up. And I'll bring over my chair.
So what is this currently that you have pulled up?
Okay, so this is the home screen of NetSuite.
Okay.
And there's a lot of features that NetSuite has to offer, but I want you to focus on the benefits for PTI specifically. So first, over here, if you go ahead and click on the client tab right there. Yeah. Yep. And then, so just as an example, you can enter my name, Lauren Steinheimer. And so this is where you can have all your client data, and then see where you just press enter. All this information comes up about client data, what sales rep is on them, if they've ever bought with PTI before. So much information, and everyone has access to this. So it would definitely help. Probably lead to your employees working better together. The clients are less frustrated because it's all clear, it's all laid out. And then another benefit I want to point out is if you go over here and click on the sales report tab. Okay. And then, so as you can see here, it's a full list of clients and the opportunities that you guys have. So if you just like click on the sales rep, for example, then see that shows you all the progress they're making, what they've done that day, what clients they've reached out to, notes about their calls, any prospecting. So that leaves you to get back that day that you were losing, trying to figure out where your company is, because all you have to do is go into here. It's automatically updated as soon as they put it in. So I think that would be, save you a lot of time. And then finally, the last benefit is up here you can actually, it'll forecast your sales for you. And so I think that's really will be beneficial for PTI as you're experiencing all this growth and planning on expanding. So I think that would really help PTI. So I've shown you a little bit of the benefits that could help PTI. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think this could help. It seems like something really great, but I mean, I gotta ask, how much is this gonna cost me?
Yeah, so I want to show you this value equation that I'll draw out for you. And so we're valuing at NetSuite at $129 per person per month. And so for 1 year, that's just under $50,000 that NetSuite is valued at. And then without NetSuite, you're experiencing over $100,000 in lost accounts or lost opportunities, and $50,000 of your valuable time that you're losing. And then you mentioned the $2 million for lost accounts. So if we add all that up, that is a total savings of $2 million that you could be having if you implement NetSuite. So does that sound good to you? Is that something you'd be interested in?
I'd say so. That's a pretty big number, so good to see. I think it's something that I'd be interested in moving forward with, but definitely have to run it by VP of Finance before we can move forward with it.
I'll be sure to forward the presentation to them, and like I said, I gave you my business card so you can reach out if you have any questions.
Perfect.
I would love to set up a meeting with you next week so I can meet with you, VP of Finance, maybe Brock, and we can talk more. So can I go ahead and send you a calendar invite for next Tuesday at 9?
Tuesday 9? Yep, that should work.
Okay, perfect. And then if you need to change that, just let me know, email me.
Okay, perfect.
So thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Yeah, awesome, Lauren.
It was great to meet you.
Have a good one.
You too.